We are at two-step getting ready to snorkel.
And what kind of day is it today?
It's a beautiful day.
And the water looks pretty calm. So let's go see what we can find. So we're in the water, and the first thing we see is a long-nosed butterfly fish. Notice there was a black one, there's a black variety, and a yellow variety. Same fish, different color. And of course, the ubiquitous yellow tangs are everywhere. They're gorgeous. Here's a humu. There are actually 3 species of triggerfish that look like humus. This one is the lagoon humu. There's some more yellow tangs, and notice there's a yellow Pacific trumpet fish there in the middle of them, hiding. These are surgeonfish mixed with yellow tangs, and there's an Achilles tang there in the middle with the orange tail spot. So one of the most enjoyable things to do is just kind of float in the surge zone. So a lot of these fish hang out right there in the surge zone. There's a gold-rimmed surgeonfish. And we see these needlefish up close to the surface all the time. So let's just drift along and see what we see. Some more surgeonfish. There's a bird wrasse that's green with a blue tail and a long pointy snout. There's an immature bird wrasse there right in the middle. It's kind of hard to see. It's a lot of fun drifting along here with the fish. Really not swimming at all, just kind of letting the waves move us back and forth in the surge zone. All we have to do is be careful not to get stuck on a rock or a piece of coral. There's a couple of saddle wrasses. There's another saddle wrasse. There's a juvenile bird wrasse. Another gold rim surgeonfish, and a gold eye. The gold eye is actually called a golden ringed surgeonfish. 4-spot butterfly fish. There's a ornate butterfly fish that briefly came into view. So we're here in a little bit deeper water. Let's go down and see what we can see. That's the ornate. There's the black variety of the long-snouted butterfly fish. And here's yet another school of yellow tang feeding probably on algae that's covering the coral head here. There's a hawkfish, the barred hawkfish, or black-backed hawkfish. We're over here against the far wall, it's a canyon wall. It goes very deep, off to the left here, a couple hundred feet probably. And we see lots of interesting critters here in the wall. This is also near where we see the dolphins. We did not see dolphins while we were in the water, but just after we got out and got dressed, the dolphins showed up. All right, here's a pair of lined butterfly fish. These are some of the larger butterfly fish that you'll see, and they're magnificent. So they're just drifting along. They're not particularly bothered by me. Let's just take a good close look at them. And here's a giant porcupine fish. That's the name. And here's one of the morays. I couldn't tell exactly which species. It was probably an undulating moray. It was a pretty good size, about 3 feet in length. And as soon as it saw me, it went and hid. These are the keel-tail needlefish. Wonderful light reflecting on them. Here's a green turtle. Came up for some air. And as long as we drift really, really slowly over, he won't be bothered at all. It's going to take a few gulps of air and go back down. Now we're snorkeled over to the far south side of Two-Step. And there's 2 giant coral heads here with a canyon in between. And we always find spectacular reef fish on these coral heads. There's quite a little surge over here. So this is for the more advanced snorkelers. And if we just drift along, we'll see what we can find. Here's Achilles tang and another gold-rimmed tang. The water's remarkably clear over here in particular. So we're kind of on the edge of this canyon. And there's a shelf down there. And there's another lagoon humu. There's lagoon humus, reef humus, and lay humus. The Hawaiian language doesn't distinguish the 3 species, but they are different species. So there's a good view of the Achilles tang. That big orange tail spot. There's another humu there. And here we are nearing the end of our snorkel. I hope you've enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun today.